Hey, how you doing? Um, I was just sitting back today after hanging out with my daughter, and we were doing some talking together about preparation for the future. One thing I always do when I sit down for dinner, I'll sit and talk to my children. Some of them don't even know what a 401k is or what financial investments are, but I'll speak it, just like they do. I might ask my 6 year old son, so how much money do you have in your 401k? And, he typically responds, 6 cents or something like that, $5. He just randomly blurt out some numbers because he doesn't understand what a 401k is yet. I'll explain it to him. But the reason I do that, I want certain phrases and terms to be familiar to them. If you're a Bible studier, or you're somebody who reads the Bible, I want your kids to know Bible. You would throw those things out at the table. How many days was Jesus on the cross? You would say stuff like that. 3 days and 3 nights. Or who was Jacob's grandfather? Then you say, oh, Abraham. Just so that they get familiar with the names and things of that nature. But that's actually not what this video is about. This video, like I said, I was talking to her, my daughter, and was telling her that if you really want to take a shortcut in life, because a lot of people love shortcuts, and if you really want to take a shortcut in life, the ultimate shortcut is actually in the reading. Is actually in the reading of books. The real shortcut is in reading books. Everybody looks for a fix it, a magic bullet, if you will, a magic pill to take, but the real magic pill is actually in reading of books on a consistent basis. Because if you think about it, the author, these days, anybody can be an author, but most of the time, authors are established professionals who know exactly as much as there is to know or possibly to know about their subject. So they put it in books and leave it for you. It only makes sense for you to read the book if you're trying to shortcut or bridge that learning gap, bridge that gate of knowing what to do in that aspect of what they are experts in and sharing with you. If you didn't know how to get a six-pack ab, it'll make sense for you to, find somebody who knows about it and you can read up on it, or, you can just spend time with the person. But the book is the greatest shortcut because most people don't got, a whole bunch of time to spend with you every day unless you shell out money. Reading books also helps out with creativity. So sometimes you might be stagnant, but when you start reading, you start to get creative. You start to get some ideas that people may have left in their biographies or autobiographies, or if it was just a regular non-fictional book, you might just get some creative ideas that you still could implement in your. And then there's another thing known as osmosis. When you're around someone, you start to pick up their characteristics. I have a buddy, when he came to town, we were college teammates together, and whenever he came to town, we would play. I would always get my gym membership on because he was a gym rat. He was an exercise guy to this day. Still runs 3-4 miles a day lifting weights. But when he left town, hey, my gym membership was canceled almost immediately. Like, I was like, "Is he on the plane?" Yes. Okay. That's just the nature. So when you're around people, you by osmosis, pick up some of the things that they do, and so this can work to your benefit if it's somebody that you want to pick up some of the habits, good habits that they have. It can work bad if you're around people that have bad habits and they have the more dominant personality. Like I couldn't force him to stop going to not go to the gym. He was adamant about getting to the gym. So by osmosis learning, you can pick up a lot by reading because sometimes the brain um, doesn't know, doesn't separate. Rather, the brain does know, but it doesn't separate fact from fiction. So as you're reading stories and you read them over, or you're reading an autobiography, you almost feel like you know that person. So you pick up a lot of their tendencies and things that they did in life just by reading. And then there's simulation, which is the ultimate thing I want to bring you to. Hey, got a special guest here. So I gotta make this quick because I gotta go see my special guest. So like reading a book, simulation. If you, they say the best way to simulate your life is to hold on to the heels of the generation before, so you can learn a lot of different things that people put on. If you're able to read up on certain things, then you simulate it faster rather than going by the trial and error yourself. It's much easier. I coined this back when I was a teenager. You know, I saw, you know, I tell this story once in a while. We saw a buddy on the train and he had these staples on his head, and we understood that somebody must have crushed him over the head with a bottle or something. And he turned around, we were talking, he said, man, he was warning us, don't join gangs, don't get in no gang. He said, yeah, I caught one to the head. Gangs ain't for you, man. The gangs ain't for everybody. And I didn't need to go join the gang, get a bottle cracked across my head to prove that gangs were not for me or anything like that. I learned by simulation. I simulated my learning process through his head being gashed open. And I learned by other people's mistakes. You know, if you are a Bible reader, you know, and I'm not suggesting everybody have to go read the Bible, but if you're a Bible reader, the children of Israel, you would learn from their mistake and adjust your way in which you would serve the God of the Bible. So the thing is simulation. You get that by reading. If you don't read, then you can't simulate, which means shortcut the process that you need in order to learn something new. So and so, you know, and this thing relates because I was just watching the interview by Ron Harper. He's won, how many championships did Ron win? I think he won 5 championships in the last 7 years of his career. He didn't win anything before, but in the last 7 years of his career, he won 5 of them. And that was because he said, hey, I'm going to stop scoring 20 points a game. I'm going to stop, you know, shooting 20 shots a night. I'm going to just go shoot 1 or 5 shots a night, maybe score 5 to 6 points if necessary. And I'm going to go team up with people that are winners because I'm tired of losing. And so he was trying to warn in this interview, he was trying to warn Kevin Love that he probably should not look at his numbers as the overall thing. He should take the learning experience of winning, right? So that he learns first how to win and he develops that confidence of winning, and then the whole aspect of being a champion. And if he utilizes that, then he'll find it much better and easier of a career when he's reflecting on it. And so I use that story by Ron Harper for current NBA players who are probably want, you know, my name, my numbers, but they're not going to look at the advice simulated by Ron Harper, who says at 50 he's so much happier that he actually took that sacrifice so that he goes down and knows that feeling of winning an actual championship. So I also know that most people, you know, because I never read books growing up. As a matter of fact, I was allergic to books. People have peanut allergies. I had book allergies, and now I read, you know, almost every day. I'm not almost every day for sure, but I read constantly, and because I'm trying to simulate all those years that I never read stuff, and really enhance my life. So I know a lot of people, you know, young folks especially, no, I'm not reading anything. I'm not reading. And maybe after they graduate college or they get older, they'll start to read. But I'm telling you now, start now, because when you fill yourself with information now, you are going to do a lot better. So with that, that's all I wanted to really point out today and give you. If you have any questions, of course, send me in the questions, and subscribe to our newsletter. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Get on that book of a day, and I'll email you a summary of a book every 72 hours. All right. Peace and blessings.